Ebony and ivory. Hey, you guys. I watched your video on interracial relationships, interracial relationships, and here's what I think. I dated a guy who happened to be black when I was in high school, and at first my parents were totally against it, and his parents were totally against it, and they came up with excuses like, oh, society will never accept you, they'll never accept your children. They were assuming we were going to have kids. Um, and, uh, and those were the two big arguments, actually. And we were like, that's too bad, because we're going out, and that's just the way it is. Well, he ended up going to college in California, so we sort of split up anyway. But I think that, because this was during the 80s, now we're in, 2007, and I think less people really care about whether or not your children are mixed, and I don't think that people care all that much if you are dating somebody who's a different color than you are. But I do know that prejudice is still around, because I have some friends who live here in Milwaukee who live in the inner city, and I have another couple who live out here where I live, on the edge of the city. And the people who live on the edge of the city seem to be more, how do I say this? They're more embraced by their neighborhood and the people around them. And then my other friends who live down in the inner city, they are not. In fact, they're trying to get out of the inner city because, the wife who's white is experiencing some prejudice from African Americans. So I think maybe some of it has to do with where you live and the people that you choose to live around. Your family is your family. I mean, there's nothing you can do about what they think or what they feel. All you can do is hope that your family will warm up to the person as they get to know them, and stop seeing them as a color and start seeing them as a human being. But when it comes to like your neighbors and the schools and stuff, I mean, I think that with time into the future, that's going to get better and better and better. But right now, there's still probably a little bit of prejudice, but it isn't nearly as bad as when our parents were kids, So it is progressing in the right direction, and it's just moving a lot slower than I think some people would like. So that's what I think, but I think you two are a beautiful couple. It's clear, it's very, very clear that you two love each other very much. And to me, that's all that's important, So thanks for posting your video. It was very good. And you guys take care.